in Auburn. Penn State travels to Auburn. Auburn is a 3-point home dog here. This one it's tough for me to get a hang on. This is obviously a rematch of a game last year in Happy Valley when Penn State pulled it out 28-20. And by the way, that Bo Nix, we'll see if Bo Nix has to be better, obviously, this week. And you know that BYU in this particular matchup with Nix's mobility, they're just going to drop 8. So Nix has to see defenders, don't see ghosts. Auburn here, look, I don't trust either one of these quarterbacks at all. I don't trust Sean Clifford and TJ Finley. I've been very vocal that I do not trust him as far as I could throw him. He's played Mercer and San Jose State this year. He's thrown 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. That's bad. And I don't trust Clifford. So basically what I think this comes down to is, and look, we saw Penn State, they put a MAC team last week, and then against Purdue, I was not impressed. They just, a bunch of flukes, like if you take out their 2-minute drills where they outscored Purdue 21-0, they were outplayed in that game. So what I think this comes down to, and Purdue doesn't have a running game. Ohio's not going to run it against Penn State. So it's like, all right, how much is the Penn State run defense, which had some trouble last year? And the strength of their defense is clearly the back, right? They have some guys in that secondary. So I don't think TJ Finley's going to have any success throwing the ball. And it comes down to, can Auburn, which has one of the best running back duos in the country, can they have success on the ground against this Manny Diaz defense? If they do, I think that Auburn's the side. If they don't, then you can kiss Auburn goodbye. The more I think about this game and talk about it, it's like I'm starting to potentially look at the under with both of these quarterbacks. But what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, my brain has been stuck on the fact that Manny Diaz has come in a defensive coordinator, and Penn State right now is 129th in tackling. That's not what I thought I would expect out of this defense right now. But you're right. These two teams were pretty evenly matched last year. I believe we had a point spread of like 5 that Clifford covered in the very last second, and when Auburn went up there. And right now I project this game, for Penn State to be a 1.5 point favorite. So I obviously think that there's value on the Auburn side. There's a 3.5 out there. It's juiced. I'd probably go and sweep that up. And I'm talking myself more into it today for a number of reasons. This game is going to be based upon the success of Tank Bigsby and Jarquez Hunter on the ground. Their passing downs have kind of been a crapshoot. Everything Stuckey just said about TJ Finley is correct. The INTs, the turnover worthy plays. Robbie Ashford just has a handful of attempts. He even threw an interception against San Jose State and 3 dropbacks. So, Tank Bigsby, he wasn't really Tank-like against San Jose State. He only had 2.7 yards after contact. And the Spartans had they were loading up in the box. So I get it. Maybe they were selling out and going up against the run, just forcing TJ Finley to throw against him. Jarquez Hunter had a little bit more success running the ball in 8 times, but
that's what Penn State's going to do too, though,
Yeah, they are. And Penn State has not allowed 100 rushing yards yet. I know it's Ohio. I know it's Purdue, but they have an early rank of 28th in stuff rate against some they're about mid FBS and line yards, but not really heavy rushing attacks. And then the other handicap is Sean Clifford. We talk about how he has improved his game and his decision-making under Mike Yurcich, and the Auburn front 7. They're going to shut down the ground game. They have shut it down in the last 2 wins. They were able, they're going to be one of the best SEC front 7s against rushing attacks this year. So it's going to be the Sean Clifford show. Auburn right now is 35th in coverage grading. And so you have to go keep tabs on Michael Tinsley, who transferred in from Western Kentucky, and Keandre Lambert-Smith. That if Penn State's going to win, it's going to be because of those 2. So then you go back and you look at Auburn's corners. Nehemiah Pritchard, he's a top tier NFL draft pick at corner. He's already got 3 forced incompletions, one of the highest rates in FBS. And then corner Keontae Scott, he isn't too far behind. He's been targeted 8 times. He has a forced incompletion. So I think Clifford's going to be neutralized. I don't think he's going to be able to make that play that he made last year. His average depth of target is down. His number of drops are down. And neither of his wide receivers are more than 2 yards per route play. They have not been explosive whatsoever. So I think you're right on the under. I think Auburn is the play for me. They're going to have more success running the ball than I think Clifford is trying to get to his wideouts with those 2 corners.
Yeah, I would agree. Auburn at +3. It's Auburn or nothing, and maybe the under. I don't trust Clifford on the road. But if Auburn's run game gets shut down, it's lights.